I've got a bonus stat of the week for you, bonus shocking stat. Big story in the world of golf this week, of course, was Tiger Woods returning to play after his 4th back surgery. Well, and he's done darn well in the first couple of days. It showed that things are much improved for him. But here's the stat. 72 players have played 100 rounds in the major golf tournaments between 1997, that's when Tiger started in the PGA, and 2013, that's when he had the first of his major surgeries on his back. So here are the cumulative scores of those top 72 players compared to par over that time. Number 3, third best, was Phil Mickelson. He's 128 over par for those 100 rounds. Steve Fleisch, 125 over par. And in first place, Tiger Woods, you ready? 126 under par. He's 251 strokes better than the second best golfer. You know he's dominant, but my goodness gracious, and I think that's why the golf world's so interested to see how he'll make out in this latest comeback after 4 back surgeries. I think it's 5 knee operations. So he certainly had his struggles with injuries and many other demons. But I think at this point, people are hoping that he returns with a vengeance because it's good for the world of golf. Okay, let's move to a more serious one. Bitcoin is all the rage now, with record highs and wild, price swings. People who show usually very little interest in the investment markets are asking me about Bitcoin, which brings me to this shocking stat concerning a little-known consequence of the growing popularity of Bitcoin. Now, this is courtesy of Digiconomist. They have an energy index. Well, they had a look at it. Bitcoin mining, which is the verification process if you make a new transaction involving Bitcoin. That's the whole thing about blockchain. It adds to that public record of whose ownership. The process requires a lot of energy to power the computers involved. So here's the stat. The process of verifying new transactions and then adding them to the public record in Bitcoin now consumes, on an annualized basis, more electricity to run those computers than 159 countries in the world, including Ireland, virtually every country in Africa. It's more than 12 different states: Alaska, Hawaii, Idaho, Maine, Montana, New Hampshire, New Mexico, North Dakota, Rhode Island, South Dakota, Vermont, and Wyoming. All of it uses less electricity in a year than Bitcoin will. And here's a final mind-blowing stat. If Bitcoin continues to grow at its current rate, Bitcoin mining will consume all of the world's electricity by February 2020. I know, that's using math a little bit here. Obviously, it's not going to continue at its current rate. Well, maybe not, but that is pretty amazing. That's the impact of Bitcoin. But as I say, I haven't heard anybody else talk about what the consequences are for energy consumption, electricity consumption. I would have thought the global warming warriors would have been on top of that one.